Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, guess what? Donald Trump is basically about to give Iran everything that they want, everything on their wish list, and it will leave the US in a worse position than when he started this whole asinine war. Honestly, though, it's probably the best option that he has. So here's an article talking about it. I think this was the New York Times or the Washington Post today. Here's what we know about this deal so far that Trump is considering. So he is talking about giving them a shit ton of money. I'm not talking, few million. I'm talking like as much as maybe even a trillion. I'm not kidding. Take a look at this. So it says perhaps the most surprising and apparently recent addition to the agreement is a reference to an investment fund for Iran. The Iranian official and one diplomat put it at 300 billion, but other officials involved in mediation would not confirm the amount. The Iranian official described it as a reconstruction program that would be promised to Iran in the event a final agreement was signed. Earlier in the negotiations, Tehran had demanded reparations for bombardment damage that some Iranian officials estimated at 300 billion to 1 trillion dollars. So all of these people who are pissed off about Barack Obama giving money to Iran when he set up the JCPOA, the agreement with them to, stop their nuclear program, to agree to monitoring of that program of their enrichment and of their uranium, which was working, which was totally fine. Nobody killed, no Americans died, 200 little girls weren't bombed because of it, done all through negotiations and diplomacy. And yet, everybody in the MAGA right is up and, oh, Obama gave them money. Obama gave them their own money. That was their money that we took. That was their money that we froze in assets. We were just giving them back their money to get that agreement on the table. And guess what? The Strait of Hormuz never closed, never tanked the entire global economy. So, yeah, much better deal, which Donald Trump destroyed. Donald Trump ripped up and ended in his first term like a stupid jackass, like the stupid jackass that he is. Donald Jackass Trump. That's what the J stands for. I bet you guys didn't know that. Anyway, so we are now looking at a worse deal than what Obama had after he destroyed the economy and 13 Americans military members are dead. Thousands of people in Iran are dead, including hundreds of little girls. Thousands of people in Lebanon, which frickin' Israel, Netanyahu continues to bomb them to this day. He continues to kill more Lebanese people, claiming that he's going after terrorists. I mean, it's insanity. But anyway, so he's talking about setting up this fund to give them money. And like they said, oh, it would provide economic relief to Iran. Here's another part of the article. It says, should the discussed agreement come to fruition, it could provide Iran with phases of economic relief and give Mr. Trump an off ramp to a war that has proved deeply unpopular in the United States. It could reopen the Strait of Hormuz and ease the global energy crisis caused by the war, though experts say it could take a month or longer to get ships moving through the critical waterway. The agreement would leave key issues, though, like the fate of Iran's nuclear program, to future negotiations. Mr. Trump has vowed to prevent Iran from possessing a nuclear weapon and demanded that it agree to dispose of its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. So he is right now caught between two warring factions. He's caught between the total hawks, the warmongers like Lindsey Graham and Mark Levin, who want to do nothing but bomb them and go full on, war, and send in troops to get slaughtered. And then he also it knows that this is like politically untenable and destroying his popularity, destroying, what he thinks is going to be his legacy, destroying the Republican Party's chances in the midterms, and pissing people off. So he doesn't know what to do. And he got himself into this position. As I've said before, he just painted himself into a corner, and everybody keeps going, oh, he's now bored. He's bored with the war. That's what it is. No, he's not bored with the war. Donald Trump is a spoiled brat who has gotten his way every single day of his life for the last 80 years. He is not used to this. He's not used to not getting his way. This is like the little spoiled child whose parents let them win at every single game that they play with them. And then all of a sudden one day they're like, we need to kind of teach him that he's not going to win every time. And so the kid goes ballistic and flips over the board, flips over the Monopoly board, and is like, ah, and throws a tantrum. That's what Donald Trump is doing right now. That's what I'm going to bomb the hell out of them. I'm going to send them back to the Stone Age. I'm going to this. I'm going to. He doesn't know what to do. He's just flailing. Like I've said before, he's like one of those things at the, car lots, just flailing in the wind. So anyway, this is where we're at. We are now talking about, on top of the $1 to $2 billion a day that this war is purportedly costing us as taxpayers, we are now talking about giving them somewhere between 300 million and $1 trillion. Good job, MAGA. This is what you voted in. This is what you voted for. But waste, fraud, abuse. Oh, Doge, we're going to get rid of all of that. We're going to bring down the debt. We're going to get paid from the Doge dividend. We're going to get tariff relief. Shut up. My God, you guys are like the biggest fucking idiots. You will fall for anything. We could literally sell you any. Donald Trump has sold you anything. He sold you freaking fake coins like that don't exist. Like, oh my God. What they've done to our country, it's just it's unfathomable. Anyway, here's the next part. This was actually Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff's choice, or their idea to pay them and give them this fund. So here's this part. It says 2 diplomats briefed on the latest draft called it an international investment fund, which the United States would help facilitate in the event of a final deal. Plans for such a fund would be further discussed during the negotiations period, the diplomat said. This proposal appears to be an iteration of an earlier idea floated by Mr. Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law. Both are real estate investors, and some mediators said they had suggested promoting real estate projects in Tehran and an investment fund in the event a deal was reached. So these assholes, these greedy bastards, are trying to do this to their benefit so they can start real estate investment projects in Iran. This is all they do. All they do is grift off of us. So they're going to use our tax dollars to strike a deal with Iran over something that didn't have to happen in the first place, that Donald Trump stupidly started with this war. And then they're going to get a green light potentially to go build hotels or resorts or whatever the hell they want to do. Just like what they're doing in Gaza, just like they're doing in all other Middle Eastern countries. And word is, all of these Middle Eastern countries like Saudi that gave Jared Kushner the $2 billion in the first Trump administration, they are furious with him right now. They feel like they have gotten nothing for their money. On the contrary, they have gotten their asses handed to them, because now all tourism is down to the area, like the UAE. They're losing all kinds of money. They have, they've been bombed. All of the U.S. military bases they have over there have been bombed. Their other places in their countries have been bombed because of this war. Gas price, I mean, they're making some money off of the gas prices being high, but other than that, they're just losing. I mean, their economies are tanking as well. So they feel like not only did we not like have a voice in the Trump administration, which is why we paid off Donald Trump's son-in-law to begin with. And let's face it, that's exactly what it was. It was a bribe, because Jared Kushner he had no experience in what he was proposing. But they've also now are taking it in the shorts because of Donald Trump's war. So this is what happens when you align yourself with complete and utter morons. Good job. Good job. Anyway, guys, I will let you know when I hear more. But yeah, I mean, Donald Trump is just spending like a drunken sailor with our money, not his, our money. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.